Welcome, welcome, welcome back inside of the Finish Strong, Start Stronger week. We are working together on proactively working towards your end of year, new year vision. Now, kicking off each day, we have the Days of Doing challenge. My goal is to encourage you to proactively work on your profit, your progress, and your productivity, right? Doing to me is one of those things where literally it's easier said than done. A lot of people think about the things that they want to do, but when it comes to entrepreneurship, to be honest with you, very few people actually do the things as much as they need to, right? I think it was Maya Angelou that said, nothing works but work. So this is about challenging yourself to, over the course of 5 or even 10 days, proactively do one thing or a set of micro project things that are going to help you with, again, your profit, your progress, and your productivity goals. Now, as part of our agenda when it comes to this Days of Doing experience, what I want to do is to help you figure out how you can practically work on your audience building efforts, boosting your sales, and working towards better engagement and interaction when it comes to your customers and your conversions. So, we are going to continue Finish Strong. As we go through this experience, feel free to drop into the chat or unmute yourself at any time. And of course, if you're catching me on the replay side, you can always email susansense@gmail.com, or while you're on the susansense.com website, click the gray tab on the right to send me a voice message. Okay? So there's always an opportunity for you to check in and get some feedback and support around what we are doing here. Okay? So let's dig into the Finish Strong of it all. Today in particular, what I want to do when it comes to talking about encouraging you to do some things or a few things strategically for 5 to 10 days is dig into the conversation of customers and conversion. Video marketing for revenue and reach is, to me, one of the best organic strategies that you have in your back pocket, okay? Literally, one of the ladies said to me, okay, LaShonda, I'm working on rebranding pretty much everything, and I've been off of social media for a while. If there was one thing that you could recommend I do when it comes to, social media marketing and those things, what would you recommend? And immediately, the first thing that came to mind is video. Grow with video. Unless you take your stuff down, or they take it down on whatever platform you put it on, it's going to stay up there and work for you indefinitely. As a matter of fact, one of the ladies in my circle, she said to me, oh my gosh, Shonda, I found your video. It just kind of popped up in my world. And it was a video that I created on self-publishing 13 years ago. It's got 43,000 views. And number one, that was just, first of all, it put a smile on my face, but it kind of reignited my passion when it comes to going back and doing those kind of videos. And I'm going to talk about those kind of videos in just a second. I can tell you that while I continue to use YouTube proactively in my business, I'm using it in different ways than I used to, right? So coming on the internet world, being a social introvert, back in the day, I proactively created long-form video content. Now, this is considered long-form, especially when you think about TikToks and Reels that are 7 and 10 seconds. Long-form being anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes on average. That's like considered long-form video content in the YouTube world. So back in the day, circa 10 plus years ago, I was producing quite a bit of content in that format, right? Then I started to do coaching and teaching more private clients. And so I decided at that point that as opposed to having a lot of YouTube videos out there mainly for free, to be honest with you, I started to strategically upload my videos and unlist them so they weren't searchable publicly and only visible to people who invested in particular programs, services, things that I had, and then when they paid, they got access to those videos. So while I have a huge library of content on YouTube, I have to be honest with you, I feel like the vast majority of those videos are private. They're unlisted. But to be honest with you, what's great about evergreen content is even still, the ones that are public have helped me to reach thousands of people and gain thousands of followers through the YouTube platform, number one. Number two, outside of traditional short form or long form videos that you can post on YouTube, now in the last couple of years, because YouTube began to compete with other platforms, they also have live streaming. So I go live on YouTube regularly, number one. And then number two, they have short form videos like TikTok and Reels. Now they have YouTube Shorts to compete with TikTok and Reels. So because of that, you have the opportunity to do a few things. Upload traditional, what's regular long form videos, old school videos on YouTube, number one. You have the opportunity to upload YouTube Shorts that are 60 seconds in length, number two. You also have the opportunity to do a live stream videos, number three. And then for me, number four, upload your videos but unlist them so that they are only accessible to people who you give the links to. And usually that's my go-to when it comes to housing my videos privately to give to my clients and customers who purchase my courses and classes and things, okay? So when it comes to customers and conversions, baby, it's the video marketing for me. It's the way I am able to virtually connect, communicate, and share my best information with people outside of actually sitting in front of them in person or getting on the phone with them one-on-one or via a conference call, right? For me, video has always been an integral part of my business growth strategy. So with that being said, I want you to think about two things, and then I'm going to break down these things, okay? Number one, when it comes to creating video content, building your audience, and engaging, are you doing as much as you could with video content? There are a lot of platforms you can use. We talked about TikToks and Reels and things. Literally, Instagram, TikTok, all these platforms allow you to upload videos. I'm talking about YouTube specifically. Are you proactively using the YouTube platform? Have you created your channel? Have you updated your channel? Are you promoting your channel? These are some things I want you to think about, number one. Number two, when it comes to video marketing, I really want you to dig into real people, real results, okay? Real people, real results. Why am I wanting you to dig into that? Because I'm an organic marketer. I don't do a lot of paid ads, number one, and I know that it's very, very intimidating to look at influencers or entrepreneurs who invest in paid advertising and look at their multi-thousands of views and viral videos and go, I'm not going to do well because I don't have that. I want you to think about real people, real results. I have something called the 100 Challenge, which, by the way, this Days of Doing series is based on. You can actually go to sistersense.com/100 days if you want to look at my 100 Days of Doing series, or you can go to sistersense.com/100 to go and take a look at the 100 Challenge, okay? So those are two things that I put together because I truly believe that over the course of 100 days, at least 90 days, 3 months, you can work on proactively making things happen in your life and in your business, right? So the 100 Days of Doing, again, is at sistasense.com/100 days. And if you want to learn more about the 100 Challenge, you can go over to sistasense.com/100. Okay? Those are just two side link resources that I want to share with you. Now, let's get back to real people, real results, and why I'm mentioning that with respect to the 100 Challenge. Because it's so intimidating to look at other people with thousands of millions of views going viral and all the things, I literally have had people come to me and say, LaShonda, I shut down my videos because I was only getting a handful of views. And number one, I didn't want people to see that and have that hurt me. And number two, I don't even know if that was doing anything for me, right? And I've mentioned this to you all. I remember watching a TikTok about Paul Brunson. Don't know if you don't know who he is, look him up. And in that video interview, he was talking about how faithfully he was doing his YouTube videos once a week, staying on schedule, and barely getting triple digits, barely getting, a few hundred views, if that much, right? But he was doing it. He was putting his all and his effort into it. And one day, he's on Oprah. How does Oprah's network, how does somebody with barely a few videos get seen by Oprah? Well, someone was on Oprah's private jet one day and happened to hear Oprah say, hey, I'm working on this relationship series on the OWN network. I'm looking for people for it. And they said, oh, my gosh, I work with this guy, Paul Brunson. He's amazing. He would be great for your show. Then all of a sudden, that person who worked with Paul referred him to Oprah. She goes and watches his video. Like, how does Oprah find somebody with barely a few trickle of people watching their stuff? Because of his connections, right? And then all of a sudden, bam, Oprah's watching his videos. He's blown up, all the things. Look at our lovely Tabitha Brown, right? She was barely scraping by as an actress, getting side gigs in here and there. I actually remember seeing her playing a police officer on an episode of Will and Grace, literally for like 10 seconds, but she was hilarious. Point being, look at her now. She's got, her huge YouTube channel. She's got Facebook followers. She's got all of these brand deals because guess what? She was creating her videos, rain, sleet, or shine, and moved forward with that. Tabitha Brown, Keith Lee, Paul Brunson, baby, me. At the end of the day, I can sit home in my pajamas and generate revenue even through the thousands of people who follow me, just a few thousands of people who follow me on the YouTube platform, in other platforms in which I proactively share my video. The 100 Challenge, definitely check it out, but we'll go through it in another day, okay? One of the things I talk about with the 100 Challenge, at the bare minimum, can you work on reaching 100 people a day? Now, keep in mind, if you have a video on YouTube and it got 20 views, and you have a video on Facebook or TikTok and it got 20 views, that's 40 people. That 40 eyeballs looked at your stuff. Stop thinking about it from the micrometrics of, oh my gosh, it's, 20 people versus this person's 2,000 people. I was actually watching a quick video by LaShonda Brown, one of my Power Circle experts and friends, fellow entrepreneur. She actually talks quite a bit about YouTube passive income and how she went from full-time entrepreneur in her service-based business to full-time content creator on YouTube. And she talked about how even with thousands of views on Instagram, she could literally go live and have a handful of people on YouTube and make more money through YouTube than hoping and praying for the thousands of people to see her stuff on Instagram. You know how that goes with the algorithm, right? Think about the fact that it's real people that you are reaching. And if you're a spiritual person like myself, believe in the statement where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name. Believe that if you do what you need to do, the right people will get connected to you through your video content. Can you even just work on the simple goal of let me just see if I could get 10, 20 views and then hopefully work towards 100 views in my videos, because these are real people, okay? That's the first thing that I want to say, and that took a little bit of time because, trust me, the whole concept of social media marketing or video marketing or marketing in general, number one, is intimidating because of technology. Number two, sometimes it's discouraging because of the perception of perfection when you're like, listen, I don't have the budget of these businesses to put out all of these paid ads for people to see my stuff. I don't have the bandwidth to have a team to have content creators editing my stuff, and I don't have the viralness of these, 20-year-olds popping and locking and dancing to get people to see their stuff. I don't have any of those things. But guess what? If you have you, meaning you have a belief in what you do, and you put your stuff out there, you will get to where you want to be. There is one more example I'm going to share with you, Alex Hormozi, and he talks about what it takes to go viral. He is an influencer, entrepreneur. I absolutely love following him. Alex Hormozi. I think it's like Hormozi or something like that. Anyway, I watched one of his videos one day, and people are asking me about, how you do this thing. He's like, I've been building my podcast for years now. Like, look at my first podcast, had no views. You know what I did? I kept doing my podcast, and I think it took him, I want to say, don't quote me on this, because I just am remembering the video. It's been a while since I watched it. I want to say somewhere between 3 to 5 years for his podcast to pop off. He's like, everybody's looking for that microwave success. I dug in. And sometimes you have to go by faith because you're not seeing sometimes what you want to see, but you have to go by faith, and that is going to help you with that consistency, number one. But number two, if you also dig into the fact that you're not focusing on the perception of thousands of views and going viral, because, hell, some people go viral and they broke as dirt. They don't know what the hell to do with viral. Viral isn't the only thing that matters. The real good versus the feel good, as I like to say. Feel good to show all the thousands and that look good. But the real good is you actually converting. And if you have several people, real people seeing your stuff, and they buy because they watch your stuff and they like what you see, and you make money, that's the key, right? Ultimately, that's what you want. You want to be in a space where people see your stuff, they like your stuff, they buy your stuff, and you make money. So I have to say that because, again, for some people, video is intimidating. For other people, it's a why bother. It's frustrating. I don't get as many views as so-and-so. Stick with it. Definitely research some of the people that I talked about because they have become video marketing sensations in their own right. They all started from nowhere. What does the song say? Started from the bottom, now we're here. They all started from nowhere, and they stuck with it, number one. Number two, even if it takes you a while, if you're getting real people to watch your stuff and you're converting those browsers into buyers, that's ultimately what matters. Screw perception of numbers. Are you hitting your 4, 5, or 6-figure goals on a monthly basis? That's what matters most. So with that being said, let's dig into, for the final 10 to 15 minutes that we have together this morning, to the specifics of what you see on this particular page right here when it comes to the things I want to share around video marketing, helping you generate revenue and reach, okay? Here are a handful of projects that you could proactively do today. Now, let me say this. I said to one of my clients, I want you to talk about the product that you just released. She was like, okay, do I need to do this kind of editing and that and this? I said, no. I said, what I want you to do, I want you to look in your phone, hit record on that camera, and talk. Then upload that, okay? Go to my YouTube channel. Look at my oldest videos. That's what the hell I did. There's no really crazy editing, okay? Yeah, that comes with time. Crazy editing and cool tools and better lighting and all the things. But if you make those things an excuse, you're not going to get started. Put your face in front of the damn phone camera and hit record. Don't play with me. I always tell y'all, you can find a way or find an excuse, but you cannot do both. If you're going to make excuses about video, you ain't going to do it, okay? Now, with that being said, number one, let's dig into these number two. Projects, peaks, and points of view. Will do. I love it. I love it. I love it. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The first one here is projects, peaks, and points of view, short-form video content, okay? Now, short-form video content is literally those 7-second, 10-second, 60-second videos that are everywhere, right, that we keep scrolling through and we watch like 10 of them every minute, right? What is projects, peaks, and points of view? Number one, if we pause and you think about all the short-form videos that you watch, as an entrepreneur, business owner, other businesses and entrepreneurs, they do videos on micro projects. Like they'll do a quick 60-second video and say, here's this cake that I made, here's me doing somebody's hair, here's how I built this web project or put together this digital product, and literally in a few minutes, if not a minute, they give you a micro project on the screen, number one. Peaks, number two. I love the get ready with me, the morning routines, the peek behind the curtain, behind the scenes video, right? If you want to be a lifestyle brand, a coach, or a consultant, give people peeks inside of what you do, of who you are and how your life is. That's going to help you build relationships. One of the things I'm talking about right now as far as branding is building your personal brand. And 99.9% of the time, we pick one brand over the other because why? Because we have some emotional attachment to personal branding. When we are loyal to a brand and the person connected to that brand, baby, it's a win-win all around, right? It's a win-win all around. But that's going to require you to work on your personal branding efforts so people get to know you, they like you, they trust you, and they stick to you versus other people doing similar things to you because they don't want them, they want you. So peaks behind your business. I'll do a quick video at a conference. I'll be like, listen, hey, I'm at my, I've got my Fire Start Your Year conference coming up in January. Hopefully I get to see some of you guys hanging out with me. That is an experience that I do at least 1 or 2 times a year. When I'm there, I'm doing videos. So many times people have said to me, it's on my bucket list, it's on my birthday list to come out to your workshop. I ain't Beyonce, I ain't Oprah, but I'm me creating a brand that people want to be associated with, that they want access to. What are you doing to create a personal brand around you? Peaks. Little videos where you're giving peeks inside of your life, in your business, all the things. People go, oh my gosh, look at CEO. He's 17 years old now. I remember when he was sitting on your lap in your videos 10 plus years ago. Peaks, points of view. Talk about the things that matter to you. Some of y'all are not talking enough. You're not talking enough. Sometimes you teaching, which is great, but you're not balancing out teaching and talking. Do you know what that means? You can talk at people and you can talk to people, but there is a very big difference. Now, sometimes when we're thirsty for knowledge, we will connect ourselves to the teachers because we're thirsty for knowledge. But think about the personal brands that are like, man, they are above and beyond thousands, if not millions of followers. While they do talk at people, a lot of the times they talk to people about what they feel, about what's going on, about, their personal points of view. Is that something that you do? Again, no excuses here. You can do this in short form micro videos. Hit record, say what you need to say, keep it popping, keep it pushing, keep it moving. I literally have a template where you could put audio with a photo and do a faceless video, meaning you don't have to be in front of the camera as like a talking head video. Combine your audio with videos or combine text with music. Put some stuff out there so that you are putting more of you and what you do out there. Projects, peaks, points of view. That is idea number 1 for you. Remember, this is 5 to 10 days of doing, which is not y'all just hearing me, but you picking something that you dig into. Products for problems. I was watching this commercial on YouTube of a young man, and it really wasn't about him, but the video started off. Now, how many times do you see a commercial on YouTube and you can't wait for the 5 seconds so you can hit skip? I know I ain't the only one. You're like, come on, damn it, skip. I didn't skip because it didn't start off as a commercial. It started off as a story. We get hooked with a good hook and a good story. So the commercial starts off with a school. They have a low budget. It's freezing, and they can't afford to fix the heaters. And this student and his friends come up with this innovative technology never before seen that teach the school at a fraction of the cost. There's a company that wants to buy his idea for millions of dollars. He refuses to sell. He gets his patent, and now he's creating, excuse me. You know, I thought I was good until I wasn't. My sinus, forgive me. He came up with this new technology around heating. There was a problem, and then a product came out of that problem, right? I, for myself, I've got these very long locks, but it's you know, there are a lot of things that go with long hair and locks and me being of a certain age, working on my scalp, all the things, right? So I'm looking up videos, and I'm going to my doctor, and I'm like, maybe I need to go to like a skin dermatologist, I don't know what you call it, skin specialist, dermatologist, I don't know. But anyway, I'm looking for the symptoms that I have, and I'm finding people who are black women like me with locks, with my situation, and they have the problem, and they're presenting me with products based on that problem. When was the last time you did that? You got on and you talked about a problem from that point, a hook, a story, and then you presented a product. Whether it be your product or an affiliate-related product, that's how you hook. That's how you hit. I think about these viral videos all the time that I see, and they're like, okay, TikTok made me buy it. And they're like, here's this problem, and then here's this amazing product. And it's like, oh, my God, those are impulse buys. You don't need to wow and woo for 15 years when you actually clearly show a problem that somebody has been desperately searching for a solution. Baby, they don't need to know you. All they need to know is that what you recommend is going to help them get results. And watching that video, seeing either the results of you or other people, that know, like, and trust factor comes through, and then bam, they got you and you got them. Browsers to buyers. How often are you really genuinely creating videos where you showcase problems, and then from that problem, you share the product? I remember I was trying to, like, everybody's like, Shonda, I don't make any money. I don't know how to sell. I don't know how to sell. I sat down. I said, okay, well, how do I sell online? What the hell am I doing, right? And from that, I documented my process, which is now my simple system to sales. I put it out, and it was crickets. No damn body bought simple system to sales. I was like, but wait a minute. You say you want to get better at sales. I'm giving you my system. Why aren't you buying? Nobody wants to sell. People want people to buy their stuff, but nobody wants to sell. I go, okay, today let me talk to you about 15 things messing with your money. Honey, if your money is funny, let's talk about those problems. Oh, my goodness. It was like I was on the pulpit. Everyone bought. You know why? Because I didn't focus on the product. I focused on the problem. I talked about 15 things genuinely messing with your money as an entrepreneur. Even dropped a few F-bombs, too, because, baby, when you talk about something you're passionate about, sometimes some things come out. I'm just being real, because y'all might go and look for 15 things messing with your money and go find that video. Don't be mad at me because I dropped a couple of F-bombs. I don't usually do, but, honey, that was there's some serious energy in me. I was like, listen, let's just keep it real. Let's just call a spade a spade. This is what else going on with your damn business right now. I stepped on some toes. I may have hurt some feelings, but I talked about them real problems and then offered simple sales as a real solution. There's something that says when you're trying to sell the good night's sleep and not the mattress. Damn it, the older I get, the worse my back hurts when I stand up. Ain't nothing like nowadays a good pillow and a great mattress. They don't care about the spring count and whatever. They care that this shit is going to give them a good night's sleep. How often are you doing videos where you discuss the problem and then you discuss the product after that? These are solution-driven videos that, number one, are going to talk about common concerns that your target person has, and number two, they're going to touch on frequently asked questions. You're trying to figure out how to build your audience? You're trying to figure out how to get a list of buyers? Hell, you need to be doing videos with titles that connect to the questions that people are searching for. I remember looking at this graphic meme, right? And the graphic basically was like, it was like a little cartoon. It was like, how many of you can fix a car? Everybody raised their hand. And it was like, okay, how many of you can fix a car without Googling it? And like 90% of the hands dropped. Why? Because, first of all, I hope you know that Google owns YouTube, right? Many years now. But more importantly, baby, the reality of the situation is most people, unless they buy the solution, before they even buy a solution, their first solution is to Google it. And one of the first things you see when you Google are either products or videos that match that thing. So you got to start creating some more videos to discuss the problems and showcase the products that match the thing your people are looking for, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Because like I said, today the conversation when it comes to doing is video. And when it comes to video, it's getting specific. And so I'm sharing with you the P's. I always love to say to you guys, PYP, pick your P. And here we're going through a few. The next one is pages to post. How many of you have lead magnets? Lead magnets that are sitting there collecting digital dust instead of making you dollars, because nobody, my alarm clock, at this point is when I make my son's lunch, and then we're out the house by 7 so I can drop him off to the bus stop. But his lunch is already done, so I just need to make sure I am ready to get out the house by 6:50. But anyway, that's another story for another day. That life of a mommypreneur. You have lead magnets. They're sitting there, but you have to promote your promotions. Say it with me now. You have to promote your promotions. There are a lot of people who consistently drive traffic to their landing pages, their lead magnets, their freebies through video content. Take the pages in your freebie and talk about it in a video. Turn it into a video post. And that is going to create a space where at least more people can learn about what it is you're doing. Literally, some of y'all don't have to sit and figure out stuff. Can anyone tell me, either here, you can drop into the chat, number 1, or just think about it right now in this minute, number 2, a lead magnet you've created with a landing page that's sitting there right now. Could you pull something out of that thing, one of them pages, and make a video? And then in that video say, hey, by the way, if you like what I have to say here, go and grab this absolutely free thing at da-da-da-da, fill in the blank. Do that enough, you start to see more people come into your stuff without you doing anything. That's what I call WBT. That's a work in background task. Now, I mentioned to you that one of my oldest videos that one of my clients said, LaShonda, this popped up on my feed a couple of days ago, and I was like, oh, wow. It was one of my older videos from over, 13 years ago. It's got 40-something thousand views. People, unless you delete it or YouTube deletes it, it's going to sit up there. And like, they say, I made 4 lasagnas for Thanksgiving. There are certain foods that just kind of get better with time. Now, the lasagna is done. There's like one more piece, but probably the minute Jay wakes up, it's gone. It's done. I'm amazed that it lasted this long. But I knew enough to know to make 4 because that's That's what needs to happen, right? My sister-in-law needs to get one. We need to get one. We need one for Thanksgiving. Like, I just needed to make a ton. But I say that to say some things get better with time. When you upload videos, even if you get a few views in the beginning, I hope you understand that if you're consistent over time, it will grow. Number two, why you don't want to look for viral, if by chance you do have a few things that go viral, guess what? Those people go, how come I never known this person before? Then they go back and they start watching your old videos. There's so many ways in which you can grow, but I hope you know, for me, the key is 100. Can you just work on 100 views, real people, and within that small group of people, real results? You may find your next $10,000 client. You may find your next person who sticks to you like glue and brings 20 people to you because they're like, oh my gosh, everybody needs to know about her. If you are truly a spiritual person, you really got to dig into where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name and understand that he gave you this vision, that he gave you for a purpose. And trust and believe, everybody that is biblically speaking, I'm going to be biblical for a second, don't be mad. Everybody who we look at who has gotten great things from the biblical perspective had to go through some things, right? That whole idea of no testimony without a what? A test? Some of this stuff is not meant to just be fall in your lap easy. It's meant to test you to see how much you're willing to do to get to where you want to be ethically, authentically, sharing the best of you transparently, and getting to where you want to be through consistency. Again, some people, out of the box, they go viral. Some people, out of the box, they can just put hundreds and thousands of dollars in ads and automatically get views. That's some people. That might not be you. Next one here, PDF to pop up. I love this one. I absolutely love this one. I said to you, I'm a busy mompreneur, right? So on Wednesdays, I have my clarity calls, and I had a clarity call with a client, and she was like, man, I want to do some stuff, but there's just so much stuff going on. I said, let me ask you a question. You just mentioned to me this product, this product, this product. I see you got a workbook, you got a guide, you got a planner. She was like, yes, yes, and yes. I said, you got a webinar right there. You got a video right there. Some of y'all are like, oh my gosh, what can I do for a video? Number one, you could turn your posts, your pages into posts from a lead magnet, number one. Number two, you can turn other PDFs into posts. Like if you have a workbook, literally you can do videos from the workbook and then say, here, go buy the damn workbook. Go buy the workbook, right? How many times do we watch videos about people actually reading something or working in something, and then we go, where's that? Think about universities. What do you have to do when you get into a university class? You got to buy the course book. And usually who made the course book? The professor. They're getting paid from different directions. They're getting paid to teach you. They get paid when you buy their book. All the things. They're getting paid when other people say, hey, professor, can you come speak? All the things. You want multiple forms of revenue. How can you dig into more video content? Listen, if you go back to my older videos, I remember I did a whole thing on how I did like 90 plus videos in 3 days. I had a 3-year-old. I definitely didn't like getting cute and getting in front of the camera. As a social introvert, it was like literally my foundation of building my YouTube channel. 3 days, I sat in my little apartment, my bedroom. I put on different clothes, and I knocked out as many videos as I could. 3 years ago, every day for a full year, I went live. I did live stream at least once a day for a full year. Last year, I said, this is ridiculous. Why am I not on TikTok with at least 1,000 views? Because you need at least 1,000 views to go live on TikTok. 10 days. For 10 days, I did 10 videos a day. That helped me go from no followers to, I want to say I had a little under 500 followers, and by the end of the year, I had over 1,000 followers. To be clear, this is not about being somebody who waits for magic to happen. It's about you being That body that commits and invests into you enough to do the thing that you need to do. I don't do it all the time, but I find a platform and I give myself 10 days, 30 days, 90 days, 100 days, 365 days to dig into something, because nobody else is going to do it for you unless you pay them. And let's be clear, there are some people out there that even when you pay them, I ain't naming no names, even when you pay them, they don't do the hell what they're supposed to do for you. Nobody going to do it like you. Right? So literally, the next one you see here is PDF to pop up. You can lead a webinar, which is a form of a video, and you can teach people from something you already created. Some of my clients, they've used my templates to create prayer journals, to create notebooks, planners, workbooks, and I love that. But what do you do to build an audience? What do you do to get more customers? You got your product sitting in on a bookshelf looking cute? Baby, do a video. Literally. You say, listen, today I'm going to help you do 1, 2, and 3 things. Here are some prompts. By the way, you know where these prompts are from? My guided journal. You know where you can find that? Blah, 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 blah.com. Right? Who could do that? Who literally, and that's value. Because off the bat, you're not just saying, here, go buy my book. Read it. Teach from it. Talk. Give people action items. You know why people stick to me organically? The people who do, it's because I consistently show up and pour into them. These are the kind of videos that help you build your audience because you're pouring into people, right? Now, some people refer people to me. As a matter of fact, I have someone I'm super excited. I'm going to get to meet her for the first time, the amazing Sherry. She's going to be hanging out with us for Fire Start Your Year at the beginning of the year. It's my annual 3-day workshop here in North Carolina, and then also the 2-day virtual for those who can't meet in live. Sherry was referred to me by one of my clients, Elizabeth. And Elizabeth came out in January this year, and then she's coming back again next year. Hopefully I get to see some of you guys as part of Firestart. The details for that are over at firestartyouryear.com, number one. Number two, more importantly than that, one of the things that I do when I'm at my North Carolina event is I do videos. I call them marketing moments. I teach my audience, I teach my mentees that literally are sitting in the room with me, and then we go live. I share the swag that I give them, which is always orgasmic. That's my word. I love to give away some fun good goods, and folks are always like, oh, my gosh, I just want to come for the swag, right? I teach topics, and I'm like, listen, I'm going to give you a little taste of the good now, then drop off. I'm going to teach with my clients. That's how I get people excited about either coming out or joining my virtual, right? Now, on one of my live streams, I'll never forget it. This is how I got connected with Sherry at the beginning of the year. She was like, oh, my gosh, I wish I was there. Elizabeth was like, I'm telling you, and Elizabeth said to me, oh, that's my girl Sherry. Didn't know Sherry. She was referred to me through Elizabeth, right? And then she didn't make the North Carolina event, but she was like, I'm definitely coming out to the next one, number one. And number two, I then did I think it was a 10K or a 5K challenge, and it was a money challenge because, Sister Sense is about helping you make sense of money online. So I followed up that with a money challenge, and she opted into the program. Through what? Number one, through referral, but number two, through video, through referral and video. One of the clients that I have that was actually at the North Carolina event in January, Tezra was like, all of a sudden you popped up on my page. I don't even know who you were or what you were talking about. And then I saw your planner. I saw your products, and I was like, I need everything that you have. So she bought my content creation bundle. Side note, I do have a new content creation bundle. Yay. Make sure you go over to SusanSense.com/everything to learn about the Everything Offer Content Creation Kit and a few other resources that I have for you. By the way, those of you who missed my Cyber Monday sale, it's extended to today over at SusanSense.com/Cyber Monday. Okay? Side note. But look at God. Through my video, posting it on Facebook and YouTube and other platforms, I got a new customer and client, Tezra. She's been working with me for a year, private calls, number 1, my virtual trainings, number 2, the in-person event in North Carolina. Because once she got the content creation kit, she was like, I got the kit, and then I saw you were doing an actual event, and she was like, oh, hell yeah. I'm coming out. We're going to be doing some new products in January that I've never done before, so I'm super excited about that. But it's always like I got to save it as a surprise because I like surprises. But anyway, I say that to say, number 1, where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name. Tezra, Elizabeth, Sherry, just a few people who came through to me through video content and referrals through, I'm lucky if I get 5 or 10 comments, but I'm not focused on the numbers. I'm genuinely focused on the realness of it because it's real people. And I've been working with Tezra for the last year. I've been working with Sherry. I think we had a clarity call, I want to say maybe about 2 or 3 months ago. She purchased a set of clarity calls with me. I've been working with Elizabeth for 2.5 years now, right? And these are people who connected to me through my content and through referrals. You want customers and you want conversions? Lead with webinars and workbooks and guides. Turn those PDFs into pop-ups. 2 more for you. Piece of the program. So I right now am doing the Finish Strong week, right? If you're not in it, go to sistersense.com/Finish Strong so that you can participate in these live trainings all week. If you missed any of the trainings, get the Finish Strong replays. There you go. This is one of the replays. Literally for 5 days, I'm doing 3 webinars a day. 3 times 5, that's 15, okay? You try to figure out how to create content. Give yourself a micro challenge and knock it out, okay? I could pass out after my 5 days. I could sleep for 5 days after I do 15 webinars in the next 15 days. Don't play with me. Because then all of a sudden I have this huge thing that I can go deeper into. Some of y'all, oh my gosh, I can't find the means to do these videos every day, LaShonda, then knock it out. When I did 90 plus videos, I did it in 3 days. When I did 10 videos a day for 10 days, I had 100 videos on TikTok and Reels. Sometimes I'm a sprinter and not, well, in some cases I'll say I'm a marathon runner because I've been on this entrepreneurial kick for 20 plus years. Sometimes I'm a sprinter in that if I can't do something every day or consistently every week, I'll find a way to knock it out in a few days, right? In this case, 3 to 10 days, so that it's something that I can then dig into and expand on in more detail. Now, I say that to say I literally have taken some of the videos, and I probably will take a few more, from this 15 videos and make them absolutely free and accessible on YouTube. Why? Because it's a piece. It's a piece of the Finish Strong program. Who has a community group? Who wants members? Take some of your pieces of your programs and make them visible to other people. It's what I call what? The TTO, a taste tester offer. I always tell you guys, when you go to Costco, when you go to Sam's Club, when you go to your favorite supermarket, they're like, hey, try that. And either you like it or your kids like it, then you're going down the aisle and you're impulse buying it. Why? Because you got a sample size taste tester. Sometimes you could create a video, like some of these other videos are specifically for uploading them to YouTube or TikTok or Reels. Other times you could take literal content that you would otherwise sell in a program, in a course, as a series, make it public and say, hey, to be clear, this right here is good that my clients pay for. But I want to give it to you guys for free, right? Because think about it. People go, well, why would I buy if I can get it for free? Guess what? Not all free content is good content, right? I was watching a video and somebody was talking about building an audience. And I felt so bad. I had to laugh because I was like, she didn't say shit about building an audience and making sales. She did talk about some things that were interesting, but not about making sales and building an audience, which is what she said she was going to talk about. You know, they call those clickbait videos. Now, keep in mind, I'm telling you what I do to sell through videos right now. Hopefully, it's valuable to you, right? But can you imagine being in a space where you take your best content and you give it to people for free. One of my clients, June Allen, when she came to me several years ago, she's in the UK, so I have clients here in the States and all around the world, Puerto Rico, Suriname, Australia. I've had the luxury of working in my house before remote work was a thing and working with people all over the world. When June came to me, she had no digital products, she had no business, and she was working full-time. She has now transitioned from full-time work to full-time entrepreneurship. She has more digital products than you can name. She's got a membership website. She is doing the damn thing, right? And I mentioned that for several reasons. Hold on, I want to do a quick power pause, and then I'm going to come back to you in a second. 1 second. Ooh. Okay. So I was talking about June Allen, one of my clients, and I remember when she came to me, she said, LaShonda, you give so much amazing content away for free. I love watching your videos. My logic was, if this is what I'm getting for free, I can't wait to see what I get on the other side, right? And we worked together for several years, and pretty much every year she'll pop in and say, hey, LaShonda, checking in, can you help me with this or that and the other thing, right? And so give people a piece of your programs, taste tester offers, especially if you're doing video content, then otherwise they wouldn't see if they paid for as an incentive if they want more. I have my Citizen Circle, which is my mentorship program, and right now it's 47 until it goes up to 97. So people who want to get grandfathered in at the reduced rate need to do that before the week is over. But what I do is, because I'm constantly creating video content for you, is every now and again I will proactively take some of those paid videos and make them publicly accessible. Think about influencers who speak at events that people pay hundreds or thousands of dollars for. Then you go on YouTube and you watch their keynote absolutely free. Why? It's exposure. Pieces of your programs, product presentations. You got products. Demo them. Show them how to use them, whether it's your products or as an affiliate. Think about all the influencers who do videos and they show you how to use products and then tell you go buy the product on Amazon. Making money hand over fist through product presentations, demos, and how-to videos. Okay? Now, I could go on, but I think I've gone over because I got to go. Thank God the hubby is taking my son to school, well, at least to the bus stop, number one, and he's got to be there by 7:10, so they're probably out the door. I've got to take Prin to her annual physical, so I need to be out the door too. But I so appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Hopefully this Customers Plus Conversations Days of Doing session has been helpful to you. Remember, we're going to be doing this all week. Number one, 3 sessions a day. Days of Doing in the morning, annual planning in the afternoon, and set up for sales in the evening. So we've got our 6 a.m., 7 p.m., and 12 noon sessions too. If you want access to all the things that I share and things that I encourage you to do, make sure that you either get into the Citizen Circle, because all the replays are exclusive for the Finish Strong week that we're doing. All of the replays are, number one, exclusively to those of you in the Citizen Circle. If you want to get them for free, it's a bonus for those of you in the Citizen Circle underneath the December Finish Strong series. Otherwise, you can sign up to the, I shouldn't say exclusive, because you could just sign up to the Finish Strong replays as a standalone to get that plus the workbook. But outside of that, if you want to get it for free, those of you in the Citizen Circle, you have it. Just go to December, look for Finish Strong. There you go. All right, y'all. That's it for now. We'll be right back here real soon. Remember to take a look at the Cyber Monday promotions if you missed it over at citizensense.com/Cyber Monday. Those promotions are extended until today, number one. And if you want to look for the current daily deals I have, those deals and steals are at citizensense.com/daily deals, number two. And number three, if you would like to work with me on some capacity, whether it be me doing things for you like web, graphic, tech support services, or me working with you, coaching and supporting you on a monthly basis, whether that be monthly clarity sessions with me one-on-one or my Insider Circle 12-month program, which literally right now is half off as part of my Cyber Monday extension. Those resources and opportunities are available to you. You can learn more about those at susansense.com/boosters. Those are my brand boosters to help you and support you. Done for you services, done with you services, all the things, number one. And then, of course, those limited time holiday sales promotions you can find at susansense.com/Cyber Monday, number two. All right. That's all I want to share with you. Till our next session later on today. Take care. Bye.